Welcome to People in the Boxes.
All right. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Thursday night's People in the Boxes, episode number 98. 98, getting dangerously close to the triple digits here on the PITB. Tonight's going to be an interesting one. It is actually starting to get difficult to find the type of topics that I initially set out to find for this show. Some of you might know what I'm going for with this show. It's more of a opportunity for people to share what they've actually experienced on a topic versus everybody just throwing out opinions and arguing all day. So we do get into opinions. You guys know this, right? It's part of life and it's fun. But we also try to hinge the show on the things where I can't argue with Jason's experience on a topic. Wherever he went camping one time, he lost his shoe, and he just never loved camping again. Well, okay, that's an experience maybe I didn't have, and so that gives me perspective, and that's something that we need, right? So we were just like, hey, what's your opinion on magic or whatever? It's like, well, like so you guys get my drift there. It's number 98. It's June 13th, 2024. Bring it on in, 8 o'clock Central Time. And, of course, we've got Jason here with us from the 42710. What's up, brother?
Cheers, guys. Anybody agrees with me? I think everybody will. But, Waylon, I think your son should do the intro next week. Have anybody seen that video of his son doing the intro to his other video?
He might be more willing to.
That would be awesome to have him do the fucking entry. Man, that video, that made my week right there. I'll tell you what, when I seen him do that this week, that was great. When I seen that post,
it was just a ploy to try to get a video game that he wants.
Hey, did he get it?
Whatever works.
He didn't get it?
He's not getting that game right now. He just got plenty of things, plenty of stuff. He doesn't need more stuff. The problem with him is that he's starting to get to this point where every time he gets something, he then thinks and talks about the next something.
Well, yeah, that's how it works.
No, that's not how it's working.
What do you mean? When we want something, we start talking about it, and then all of a sudden we get it.
I mean, he might in a few months.
Right. I mean, is that how it works, guys? Want something,
at least I know what he wants. At least I know what he wants. That's all that a parent can ask for. We got Kim in the house. What's up, Kim? Legit Bean Review Remastered. You need to let's see, the LBRR. The LBRR.
The
LeBur.
LBRR.
Over in LeBur.
LeBur. It's
Sounds,
not burr.
Sounds
it's
like
the
Canadian.
opposite of burr over here. It's more like hot.
Well, maybe you could just think of ice. Think of cold things.
I had a snow cone today because it was hot here. It was almost 100. And I went into the gas station to get a popsicle. And they're like, somebody bought them all today. They got snow cones, though. I was like, I haven't had a snow cone in years. Probably over 20 years. And I was like, yeah, I'll take a snow cone. And that thing, oh, my God, it hit the spot.
My son had one. I'm not sure if he's ever had one before, but we got one over the weekend. And, of course, he wanted to put every flavor on there. And he's not good with a spoon yet. So I have to help him out with a little bit. He actively avoids things that have to do with silverware or spoons. Fork is a little easier, right? You can stab with the fork. And he's starting to get used to actually cutting with a fork, pinch cutting or whatever, however you want to call it. How we use a fork as a knife sometimes. But yeah, he's gonna get there. I don't know. Can you guys hear that in any background music?
No.
Yeah.
You hear it?
Yeah.
It's the old J Frost special. I turn my volume down because I'm trying to make sure there's no echo. And there we go. Guys, what's up? I see people coming in on the X, on the Facebook, on the Rumble. Cheers, y'all. Cheers, y'all. Had over 230 people hanging out last night on my show. So we definitely hit that X algorithm. So if you all want to go and raid the X, raid the live stream on X would be awesome. I had something else I was going to bring up, but it's okay. We'll get into it. If I can remember it. Oh yeah, that was what it was. I have a couple of winners from last night that I didn't take care of yet, and I'll get those done, I think, tonight. Let's see, Tommy Makeda and Brendra. See if they want swag or cash. Those were the locals number spins. Number wins too, I guess, works as well. I'm going to do another one tonight, and also make sure you guys hit that like button and share us out, because I'll get you on another wheel again tonight for a game night ticket again every Thursday night. So thank you guys. I see you in the comments, liking and sharing. Appreciate it. This is a different spin. So we talked about it, and I felt like it's real similar to what we kind of have been going over a little bit. We did a couple of nostalgia episodes. We did like kind of back to back where we talked about the decades and like the trends in different eras. And then we also talked about another one I can't remember for the life of me that had to do with history or the past. Now I can't remember. It was back to back. But regardless, this is a little bit more open, a little bit broader. We were thinking about like what you would do, what you would bring back if you could, like anything that's I guess you could talk about it's extinct animals, but I mean we meant more like items and like fashion or maybe inventions that just fell by the wayside kind of thing. But then I kind of got a little deeper with it, and I said, what would you do if you had control of time? And I don't mean some sort of grandiose like superpower. I just mean like if you were given the option to do something in time, what would you do? And I also thought of this, Jason, a little side twist. You guys remember Groundhog's Day? What would you guys do if you were stuck in a time loop? A time loop is like a whole nother level, because some people, if you could voluntarily be stuck in a time loop, would you? Because you could do a lot of things. You could learn a lot of things. You could, get a chance. Some people don't want time to move forward. It's an anxiety type thing. Anyway, these are interesting questions that I was posing. Where were you thinking about, Jason? I know that we go different directions a lot of times than what we're thinking on a topic.
I mean, the one that got me just this week, a lot of you guys know that I'm into conspiracy theories, just because it gives you something a little different to look at, read a little bit, think a little bit outside of the box. And there's been a couple of videos popping up again, circulating the internet. One of them is the gentleman walking into the garage, and then all of a sudden, a couple days later, he walked back out, and he looks older, significantly older. And the guy calls the cops because he has a camera on his garage and this and that, and he thought somebody broken into his garage. Cops showed up, searched it all out. Nobody was there. This video seems to be legit, so that, and what they're saying is there's a time portal inside the guy's garage, inside his shed. Another couple of videos have popped up of the iPhone something being recorded in 1984. So there's several people sitting in a classroom. A teacher walks up, grabs this, and says, "What is this device? Are you even in this class?" And the video gets a little bit blurry and whatnot, but it seems to be recorded with an actual old school video recorder. That the teacher was recording the class, and all of a sudden this happens. And so the time travel has been really big one this week on the clips and stuff that I had been watching. So it just made me think, if we are time traveling, why aren't we using it for the benefit of society?
There's a lot of theories with this, and some people think that it could be a dimensional thing. Other people think that it could be involuntary too. Look at the whole quantum leap theory that show was a show, but it was they a lot of times base them off of like these like fringe theories they can find. Like for instance, there's another show called Kyle XY that was based off of a real life occurrence that Albert Einstein supposedly was in his mother's womb for like 13 months. I guess he like way longer than he should have been, and so like the whole theory was that he was extra smart because his brain got to cook a little bit longer than the rest of us. And so they based an entire TV series off of that. So it is interesting what they'll do. The people that love science fiction know that a lot of times these things come true. A lot of times we think up things so long that we create them. Like look at where VR's come, how far it's come along, and all that stuff. And it's just it's almost like we definitely manifest things by just obsessing over them. Like I'm worried that too many people fantasize about a sort of a post-apocalyptic situation where they happen to be surviving and they get to just roam free and do cool like Mad Max stuff.
I think that's where prepping comes from.
Yeah, people have this fantasy like I'm gonna be the similar.
It's not because they want to survive. It's not. It's an addiction. It turns into an addiction. I mean, initially it's okay, I'm going to survive, but you're going to survive what? You're going to survive living in this hole, for 3 years, 5 years.
That's a whole trope, because it's a pretty common thing that happens to those people. Like they become hermits and want to be recluse.
Don't get me wrong. Do I want a bomb shelter? Yeah. You best believe it. I've wanted one since before the Cold War. I'm not that old, but it's one of them things that you think about survival at the end of the earth. Do you want to be that last one?
I actually heard someone today.
Live together or die alone.
Right. Well, Alex Finn over there on X, shouts out to the Finn fam. He was talking about he's like, why would you want to die? Some people want to die, and he's like, wouldn't you? Why he wants to live forever? He said he wants to be here when the sun crashes into the earth and then watch it. He wants to be sitting here watching it. Like he said, he wants to see it all. He wants to see how technology moves forward. He wants to see it all. So, like, I mean, if the catch was that you had to watch from a distance and not be able to, and just only observe and not be able to affect things, then would it be that interesting to you? I don't know. If you're not actually,
that's what
fight,
You throw that in there, and then that goes into one of the time travelers' theories that if you are time traveling, if you have been given the ability to time travel, you can't interfere. That's why you can't tell anybody about what's going on in the future or how to beat this or how to beat that.
What if that's bullshit though? What if we can, and it just all that changes is that you affect all the rest of the time, but you wanted to, so that was the point, right? Yep. So if you were to say try to make your younger self rich or whatever, like you're affecting the whole time stream. Well, what if you're just making a new alternate dimension? I know we're getting kind of this one's a little bit out there, but we all have. The connection to the show is that we all have dealt with time. Time is such a big part of our existence, right? And so we can all really relate when it comes to, oh man, if I wish I could only turn back time 5 minutes to not make that mistake or to not be late for said thing. I don't
think I would do it. I don't think I would time travel.
I think if it was only a couple of minutes to take back a mistake, I would. But if it's something that's years before, then you have no idea who you would be if you do it. So,
but it would turn into the butterfly effect, even with that mistake.
That movie was crazy.
Even with that mistake, it turns into the butterfly effect because then you combine the butterfly effect with Final Destination. See, I'm a little fucked in the head in certain ways. So if you combine the butterfly effect with Final Destination and you combine them two things together, like if it's going to happen, it's going to happen. But then you force that change, That's what happens. The whole fucking world changes just from one little butterfly being stuck down.
That movie kept me awake for 2 weeks. I thought, I know how he could have done it right. He could have fixed it.
We all did.
He could have fixed it.
We all did. And think of Final Destination. When we're sitting there and you're watching it now as an adult and you're like, well, that didn't have to happen that way. Or you're driving down the road and you had this freak accident happen. You've seen the tire fall off the car 6 cars in front of you and it's riding right along next to you waiting to fucking cause this tragic accident. Who's it waiting for? It's waiting for the person not paying attention that it's going to go underneath and launch their car up in the air because it's going to explode at the same time. Hot Donna. So I don't think I would change it. It has made me who I am.
Mixing up movies.
Would I like to go back and witness? Guaranteed, 100%. Yeah. I want to go back and watch again. I would love to witness certain things.
Have you ever imagined if you could slow or stop time?
Only during certain things. I mean, different show. Sorry.
I wasn't going to go there, but listen, every 13-year-old, 14-year-old, 15-year-old boy.
That pause button, that pause button, it wore out that part of the video.
Yeah, that's for sure. Back that rewind, VHS tapes didn't work out too well after you used them for like a couple times, we'll say. Donna, what's up? Timothy, but what if eternity really exists outside of time? Then how can we know that the laws governing the time-space continuum are actually laws? Well, this is grounded in some interesting facts too, Timothy, because scientists have been trying to imagine the edge of the universe for a long time. For a long time, we kept thinking that it was going to forever expand, and now we actually think that there's a chance it might come back and retract. And then I think there's another new theory that it's just it kind of keeps doing that, but we don't know. We think, there's another alternate theory that multiple universes are bouncing into each other. Just there's so much we don't know. We're looking into dark matter now. I mean, they are actually coming
where the Mandela effect, what they blame a little bit of the Mandela effect on,
I've heard the term, but I can't really pinpoint the definition of the Mandela
effect.
Mm-hmm.
The actual definition of it?
Nelson Mandela?
Huh?
Was this about Nelson Mandela?
Mm-hmm. It came from that.
Okay. I know him. I mean, wasn't he
a
leader?
I would have to get it to read it word for word.
10 minutes before the lottery draw, Leslie. Yeah, I don't know. Would you get the almanac from Biff and take it back home? Not even sure if there was a big bang.
10 minutes from me.
Would be a big bounce or multiple other things like multiverses. Yeah, and actually, they think. A black hole really could just be a transfer of matter from one universe to the other, and that's a lot of people. And as far as time goes, when we talk about space, have you ever seen Interstellar? I think it was, where they sort of depict a little bit of how when you're moving so fast, everybody back home like ages faster. I'm trying to describe the time effect, because they did end up stopping near a planet that was near a black hole, and basically his son back home, aged all the way through his life while he was just hanging out for a couple hours at this planet, just because of how time dilation works when in accordance with gravity and near black holes, and it's crazy. We think that that's the fastest way to travel, is to be able to bend space-time. And there's ways that they keep looking into this. Obviously, we're outside our expertise realm, but we all have seen stuff and talked about stuff that has to do with time for, I don't know. I mean, not just keeping track of it, because I don't want to go back that far, like sundials and stuff. We used to keep track of it. But talking about manipulating and to travel in it as a place, a thing, has been around for over, like, you know, at least my life, and probably double, you know, 100 years or so. Books. Let's see, who was the one that wrote the book about that time machine? Man, there's a classic book about a time machine. Probably several, probably dozens, but there's one I'm thinking of.
So the Nelson Mandela effect, it come around in the late 80s, when a lot of people believed that Nelson Mandela died in prison in the 1980s, when he really didn't.
Oh, I see.
So that's where the effect comes from, but it's a type of false memory that occurs when many different people incorrectly remember the same thing. A lot of people are blaming it on two realities merging together.
There's definitely a theory that we're living in clown world now. Like, we've somehow shifted dimensions, and we're just like, up is down and right is left now. We do have a shit ton of black holes. There's one at the center of every galaxy.
So when did two realities merge?
In the 80s. Maybe it was the 90s. Was 1999. Let me throw my auto tune on. It was back in 1999. The theory is, Timothy says, the theory is because so many people thought Nelson Mandela died in prison. Some dimensional anomaly has the masses remembering things different. And okay, similar. It's beyond the Big Bang, Benjamin. Little Bang, I guess. I don't know.
It created 616 created 9602.
Okay, I like it, Joe. I like it. When was it?
This article doesn't say when. It just says 616 created 9602.
616. Is that's the comic book terminology. That's the Marvel Universe. False memory or time travel, two realities merging together. What about deja vu?
Well, isn't there different types of deja vu? So it wouldn't be deja vu.
I'm not sure, but I know deja vu to me feels like I'd done something before in maybe a past life or something. There's no direction. Contemplate that. Yeah. There's no direction, just coordinates. Just yeah. More than one. There's other systems that have up to 5. Oh, you're talking about the black holes. Okay. Uranus. Oh, I see. Black holes. Yeah. How many Uranuses do most systems have? Anybody know? Sorry, had to go there. Couldn't be helped. It is wild. It's wild how inhospitable existence is, but also how mathematical it is at the same time. How chaotic existence is, but mathematical. Like how we can actually quantify time, but maybe it's just out of our reach to be able to, like people are talking about stepping into the fourth dimension or whatever. He said who was that? Someone said the scientists are able to see the fourth dimension. It's Shane. Yeah, I don't
mention, feel the 25th hour, use all your senses.
Ghosts and things, people believe that. And I totally believe that heaven, hell, these could just be other dimensions, you never know.
What peanut butter do you use?
Creamy.
What brand?
Kroger's.
Kim?
You think I
don't
should
eat
go
peanut butter.
Skippy
You
or
don't eat peanut butter?
I eat almond butter.
almond butter? It's not
I
bad,
didn't
but that's not the same.
It's better.
Isn't almond butter more like a jelly or like a jam?
No, it's just like peanut butter.
I must have. I might be thinking of something else.
It's a nut butter.
I thought it was Jiffy, and it's Jif, J-I-F.
Oh, yeah,
Oh.
no. Jiffy is like the term, like in a jiffy.
Yeah. It's not Jiffy Lube, dude.
Or Jiffy Lube,
it's
yes.
not. It's Jif. Wow.
It's Jif. Remember, Ludacris changed his flow for it. It's that jiffing good.
Interesting.
Well, guys, I want to remind you out there in
Shane says it used to be Jiffy.
you all are welcome up on screen to share with
It's never
us.
been Jiffy. Must be the Mandela effect.
Yeah.
Right. That's what I'm like.
Right.
What the fuck?
Actually, it's the marshmallow effect. Have you ever seen the mellow cream and peanut butter sandwiches? Oh, so good.
Yeah, Fruit of the Loom used to have a cornucopia.
I have shirts proving that.
Yeah.
They tried to fuck with us on that one.
Well, you know, people change their logos and stuff. They update.
Have you seen the black and white pictures with people that are holding cell phones, stuff like that?
Well, yeah, but black and white don't really matter anymore. You know, because you can turn this to black and white right now. So,
True. They look like old photos, but I guess you can take an old photo today. You can take a picture with old technology today. So that could be how some of that stuff got. Because there's TV shows where they try to point some of this stuff out, where it's like a video of from like an old video and somebody's holding technology they shouldn't have or something like that.
one
I think
thing
that's
that,
a big one.
right.
I don't really go by video, pictures, technology because stuff like that can be altered too easy.
Yeah, but I mean, look at the written word. I mean, I don't know anything that can't be altered too easily. Humans are humans are very hackable.
How many different versions of the Bible are out there?
Oh yeah.
That got brought up last week after you left. We had the coach on. Still can't believe he came up here with no shirt on. Talk about professionalism, you know. I guess, it's just a bunch of stoners. We don't need to be professional. You know what? We're professional stoners here, okay? But, yeah, I mean, I'm not coming to your job with no shirt on. Anyway, it was interesting to brought up.
Time travel and stuff, though. This one says different generations remember different significant events. Do you agree with that?
One more time, sorry, I saw it.
Different generations remember different significant events.
I think that that's a human thing. I don't know that it's a generational thing. I don't know. Like, I think anybody, well, I don't know, like 9/11, you know, the kids that were born after 9/11, like they have no connection to any of that other than what it's being taught in a historical context.
So you as a teacher, Tim, let me ask you, what would be the significant event for the kids after 9/11? Or anybody? I can't think of one.
Well, there was the tsunami in Indonesia. That was a worldwide. I don't know how many people were connected to that. There was right before that, or was it right after that was Hurricane Katrina. Those two events happened around the same time. I remember Mount St. Helens. was a significant effect or event when I was a kid.
It just makes me wonder, like, people, I'm 43, you know, so you ask me, the last major significant event that I remember, worldwide event, was 9/11. It changed the world. It literally, I mean, we do have COVID, yes. COVID changed the world. 9/11 changed the world. You know, it totally changed the way airports went, totally changed the way all travel, going into government facilities, certain identification, you know, it changed the world. COVID changed the world. It was a significant event.
I would say COVID is probably the most recent thing.
Okay.
That probably this generation, these kids nowadays know. I mean, the impact of COVID on students, like we had a training a couple of years ago where we had this social worker come in and did a training, and we hadn't really thought about it in these terms, but you know, teachers and students both were traumatized. There's a lot of trauma that went on educationally. There was a lot of trauma that people suffered from the pandemic that people don't even really realize. As a teacher, you know, it was like, you know, in your classroom, every teacher knows in their classroom, they have kids that are high risk. They know that they have kids that go home to families that don't treat them well. You may not know that those kids are being abused, but you know that you have those kids in your classroom. And so you knew that when the school shut down, that you had these kids that were, and for a lot of these kids, they love coming to school. Not because they love school necessarily. You have kids that do love coming to school, but they come to school because they escape whatever's going on at home. And so there was a lot of trauma that happened with people in general that I don't think people even really realize that happened with being shut down in the pandemic.
Oh yeah, the amount of suicides that happened were astronomical. Yeah. The amount of teen suicides were astronomical.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. My grandson was a kindergartner when the pandemic started. His first school year for kindergarten was in the pandemic. And he is the sweetest, kindest little boy. And I'm not saying that because he's my grandson. Because my granddaughter's a little shit, okay? So I call shit like it is. But he is the sweetest, kindest hearted little boy. Just a real little love bug. And after the second year of being in lockdown, dude, like his mental health, it was crazy. His mental health, he is so angry and bitter now. He's 9. And he has these anger problems. He has these like violent overthemes in his head. You know, he has a fascination with guns now and violence. I spent the day with him yesterday, and he said, I don't even know how we got on the topic, but he asked me, he said, Grandma, he said, oh, I know what it was. He's 9 years old and he's talking about what he wants to do with his future. And he says, would you be proud of me if I became an architect? And I said, baby, I would be proud of you whatever profession you chose. I said, I want you to be successful. I want you to be happy, blah, 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 blah. And he says, well, what about if I became a stripper? And I said, well, you know, I mean, that's not really something I would want you to do, but I mean, if that's what makes you happy, I don't know. I don't know what to say about that. You're 9 years old.
Damn good money.
Yeah. I said you would have a lot of, you have a lot of time to consider what your future profession is. Well, he went off on this little tangent where he's like, started talking about shooting strippers and just really violent stuff. And he's only 9 years old. And I'm telling you, he does not come from a household.
Does he play Grand Theft Auto? Because that's the only game I know where you're shooting.
Blame the game.
Oh, he's not exposed to any of that kind of stuff. But he started developing these really violent overtone kinds of things about the second year into the pandemic. And it's not just him, it's a phenomenon that a lot of people started seeing in kids, period. Just a lot of violence. I mean, it got so bad that they had to put him in therapy. He's in therapy now. It's a mess.
Well, I think it's hard to correlate it just directly to the lockdowns, but I think the connection with our kids to us more heavily during that time, and the parents being much more frustrated and having all these like depression, the record numbers of like liquor that was being drunk and bought. We know
record numbers of marijuana.
That too, but
astronomical numbers.
But honestly, between the two, like which one's gonna create a more angry parent that's gonna cause damage to their kid?
Videos. Here in Michigan, we got commercials of it, and it's great that they were showing weed commercials. You know, angry parents yelling at their fucking kids, weed parents sitting out there playing with them, throwing frisbees in the yard, doing all types of shit. You know,
the thing is that developmentally, kids think concretely up until about the age of, you start having some neuronal development around the age of 10, 11, 12. And so kids are very concrete thinking. And so the way that they process a lot of things, it's very black and white. And like, you just don't know how they're processing all the information that they're taking in. And
but we can't.
That comes from conversations, it comes from media, it comes from social media, it comes from games.
But as a parent, you can't beat yourself up about it. Like,
comes for adults. I'm horrible at it. I want to fucking kill you. The road rage, the road rage is astronomical. Why are you so fucking stupid? Where'd you learn to fucking drive? Oh, if I had a fucking gun, I would shoot your ass.
Right.
And it's shit that I'm just saying, and these kids are picking it up at 100%.
Yeah. Well, one of the things that's really bad, and I'm bad like this, but I'm not as mean. But my son is very, very sarcastic. We're very sarcastic people, and sarcasm. I'm totally sarcastic, but I'm not like spirited sarcastic. Shut up, Waylon. My son is mean, sarcastic. Like,
you want to see a melt on full screen while we talk here?
What you got?
But so I think maybe that may have been part of what influenced some of the stuff with Bubby, but I don't know. It just breaks my heart. That sweet-spirited little boy is still there because, the whole time that we were shopping, we were together for like 6 hours yesterday. And we hit all these different stores in the community. We went to lunch. We went to the mall. And the whole time that we were out shopping, not the whole time, but while we were out shopping, his thoughts would like that. Amy is his sister. She's a couple of years older than him. And so his thoughts while we were out shopping were, oh, Amy would like this. We should get this for Amy. And I told him, I says, baby, this is your birthday we're shopping for. So this is your day, and I'm shopping for you. Now, maybe sometime we can come back and we can look for some stuff for Amy. But, let's look for stuff for Bubby. Because he's hard to shop for. He's got very limited things that he likes. Amy's like got this broad array of things that'll satisfy her for anything. But he's very limited, so he's hard to shop for. But we get to the restaurant and we're sitting there eating, and he got a pizza, and there was half of it left. He's full, and he says, "Grandma, can we get a to-go box?" And I said, "Yeah, Sure, he says, because I want to take the rest of what I have. I want to take it home to Amy. So, you know, he's just got the sweetest little heart. He's just very kind and considerate. But it just, so it hurts, you know, to see that he developed kind of this angry, like really violent, like he talks about committing suicide, you know, and that's been an ongoing thing since he was probably in first grade, was when that started. That's what prompted them to put him in therapy, was talking about suicide. You know, I think that all of this stuff happened and these kids didn't have any way to process it. I mean, adults didn't have any way to process it. It was hard.
My point is that we definitely didn't know how to process it, and like you said, they absorb what they see with us. And
100.
I think for kids, like kids don't know what it's like to have to, like a kid that's in, say, second grade doesn't know what it's like to go to school all the way through high school and college. So to them, technically it wasn't any different, other than all of the pressure they saw from us, all of the stress they saw us going through, the fact that we were around more often than we were. Maybe that, you know, that's a dynamic of it. So I know this is a little off topic, but I guess this is still a good discussion. I actually think that it was a good thing that we were shook up a little bit by COVID, because we know there's always another pandemic, whether or not there's one that's manufactured or whatever.
Well,
that's beside the point. There will be
would
another
you
one.
change that event? If you could go back,
I would tell Nancy Pelosi not to tell everybody, come on down to Chinatown in March, when she was telling everybody, no, come on down and party. Like she was out there telling everybody. Or maybe I would go back to 2019, where the World Economic Forum had done the testing, where they did the game planning on what would happen with the pandemic. Oh wait, what was it, like 3-4 months before it actually came out? There was a pandemic, and they were doing a literal game plan on it. Anyway, go ahead.
Now you think of some of the great things that did come out of COVID. You know, a lot of people found out that they can work from home. A lot of people found out that a lot of jobs realized that, whoa, we need family time. We need sick time. We need this, we need that. So some great things did come out of that. So you look at some of these things that Timothy is named off here. You got the tent state riots, the daily mortality rates from the Vietnam War, tearing down the Berlin Wall, Chernobyl, the kidnapping of the Israel athletes, and
Hitler's a big one.
Olympics. Hitler, Rodney King beating riots. But every single one of them events, something major has come out of that and significantly changed history.
You know what I'd want to see? I'd want to see what the Sphinx looked like before they turned it into a pharaoh head.
Before they turned it into a what?
You don't know, like you never looked at that. The lion body on the Sphinx is so much bigger. Like the head is unproportionate. Like they recarved whatever was there, if it was a lion head or whatever, but they carved it to be Egyptian. Changed my mind. What's up, Ted? Tedibles, what's up, my guy? Come on up.
Hey, Ted.
Somebody come up, man. What is it? Why do we have the plague every Thursday? Nobody wants to come up to hang out with us.
Oh, I feel you, Shane. I can't find a job to save my fucking life right now. I had McDonald's tell me I was overqualified, that they need to give the job to somebody else. Cool. I guess I don't need to feed my family.
What state are you in?
Michigan.
Michigan.
Yeah. So we got a new dispensary opening up a block and a half down the road. It's called Lettuce. The construction workers were there today, and they told me that the owner will be in tomorrow. So I'm going to go there tomorrow before they even hit the ground.
We became recreational a couple of years ago, and there are freaking dispensaries on every damn corner. It's ridiculous.
We have 115 in Jackson County.
I don't know how many we've got here in just our city, but
We're opening our third one in my city, and then there's 2 or 3 in the city next to me.
I keep
I feel you,
2 or
Shane, for
3.
real.
There's probably 50, 60 dispensaries in my community. We've
Hey,
got
everybody's got to eat.
150,000 people in my community at large. And it's ridiculous. And they'll be open a month or 2 or 3, whatever, and then they're gone.
It seems very antithetical to the back end stuff that's happening, where we're actually trying to close loopholes, and actually they're trying to shrink the number of like freedoms that we have with cannabis now in some of these states. Have you been seeing that, Jason? It's weird how they're opening up more dispensaries, or allowing for more dispensaries to be open, while simultaneously like looking into like tightening the allowances that they give on it. Like, I don't know. It's very confusing.
You mean the allowances, like how much you can buy per month?
I'm trying to think of this specific story where people have been talking about how they're trying to make it harder for like different possession, and also
If you look at it, it depends on the political stance of that state.
Yeah.
What's up, Ted?
Good evening, y'all. Much love.
What's up, Teddy?
All good.
one Ted.
Good to see the Air Force still out and about.
Yeah. Got my flag flying back here.
Right on, right on. I see it. I see it.
The flag does look like a pair of lobster crabs claws.
Claws.
Yeah,
Oh, it does.
when they what they eat in their chow hall all the time.
You're so funny.
Kim, where are you at? You're in Texas?
I'm in New Mexico.
New Mexico.
Okay.
Yeah, Texas is very restrictive.
Well, Michigan has 46,000 cannabis industry employees. Let's see what Texas has.
Oh,
All right,
Texas.
Ted, I'm going to give you a slow-mo dab. Have you seen one of these?
Lomo dab? No, I haven't.
Texas has 50,000.
In that big old state,
Mm-hmm.
that's not a lot for.
No, not at all. Not considering all the things that you could fit inside Texas.
Yeah.
Okay, how about Oklahoma?
New Mexico has 4,666.
Yeah, we're a very small state. I think our total population is like 14 million.
Oklahoma has 16,759.
Oaksterdam. I'm still not sure if that's.
Michigan's fucking nuts. 46,000 in Michigan.
Has anyone else heard of
Crazy.
Oaksterdam?
Has anybody heard what?
Oaksterdam.
No.
Is that
Oaksterdam.
Oakland? Oakland, California?
I don't know if it's Oakland or Oklahoma, but
I think they're talking about Oklahoma because it's so flooded with cannabis.
Oaksterdam.
I thought there's a lot of restrictions in Oklahoma, though.
I'll be right
Yeah.
back.
Like they have like a really weird, I don't know, some weird stuff going on over there. And Nancy from what's her name? What's Nancy's last name? Nancy from
Nancy Wallace.
Nancy Wallace. There you go. I can never remember her last name. She was talking about some of the stuff that goes on, like really restrictive stuff.
Right.
That's what I was thinking. It was
175 million workers in the United States.
Huh?
1.75 million workers, cannabis workers in the United States.
How many do they have in Montana or South Dakota? Probably more in
What color
Oklahoma.
state is that?
Huh?
What color state to them? Do you know?
I think they're both red states. But Montana's recreational where South Dakota, I don't think it is. I think it's
South Dakota is only medical, I believe.
medical. Yeah, they're a very red
I
state.
know Arkansas is.
Yeah. Are they recreational in Arky?
Not in Arkansas.
No.
Next week, I'm going to take a look at a couple of possibilities as far as getting involved with a licensed cannabis grower already.
Where at?
Right now, it's between Uric and Nowata.
Is that there in Illinois?
No, that is in Missouri and Oklahoma.
Are you going to move?
Thinking about it. Getting tired of this 40 below zero weather.
Right?
You know, a month out of the year, no thank you.
Yeah. Well, it's just like here, shit. Like a month or two out of the year here is 100+ degree weather.
Right. My wife would be wearing a hoodie in that weather.
In the 100-degree weather?
Yep.
That's crazy.
We were in our 90s today, and both of us were wearing hoodies till about, I don't know, 6 o'clock tonight.
That's crazy. You guys have humidity there, huh?
Yeah, we do. My room is at 63% right now.
It's humid as fuck. It just got that raining and shit, and just nasty.
Right.
I think it's 9.
It's raining right now here.
Is it?
You want to know what my humidity is right now?
Probably like 31%, 20%.
Probably 16%.
Now you're just showing off.
Just showing out.
It's dry as fuck here, man. But I'm glad because shit, it was 112, I think, was the highest that I saw it get today.
Yeah. I'm good on all that.
Now you go outside,
Yeah.
right, Tim?
Yeah.
Okay. I was going to say, those kind of heats inside, man, your air conditioning be running overtime.
Yeah. Yeah. I tried growing indoors last year. I bought 4 grow tents and all the stuff to go with it, and got spider mites, and I went, fuck this shit. Throw everybody outside, hosed them down.
Yeah, I got spider mites last year, too. I was surprised. You know, it was a brand new grow room. You know, 3 grow areas, and 1 area caught spider mites.
I fucking expect them now.
I expect them to. Honestly, I'm using Lost Coast. I've sprayed everything down. I've wiped everything down with, alcohol, bleach, and neem oil. Just the areas that may have access.
All right. You ready, Ted?
Yes, I'm ready, bud.
Somehow, I don't know how I did this, but I got the camera to be in slow motion. So when you see the melt, it's actually in slow motion. Cheers.
Cheers, brother. Cheers.
Cheers.
Tables.
Ottomans. Barstools.
I did that for a little while when I had did a little regular live stream. Every time people would come in, I'd give them a different chair. Ted, is there anything you would bring back if you could from the past that they no longer make?
There was these little Barbie dolls when I was a kid. They were called Dawn dolls, and they were like Barbies, but they were only about an inch tall. And they quit making them when I was a little kid, and I would bring those back. I looked everywhere. I loved those little dolls, and I had like 4 or 5 of them, and my stupid dog got a hold of them and chewed them all up.
Darts. I would bring darts back.
What?
The lawn darts.
Lawn darts.
Yeah, darts. JARTS.
I don't know what that is.
They're giant 1-foot darts, and you wing them up in the air with giant metal tips, and they sink into the ground.
I can see why they don't make those anymore.
They're illegal in probably 50 states.
In this generation that eats Tide Pods, there you go.
The kid of this generation would eliminate themselves.
Right? These kids are dumb as fuck, man. You know what they do for entertainment? You know what they do for entertainment? A lot of these kids,
What's that now?
They take their trucks out. So a lot of people around here drive big pickup trucks.
Right.
They take their trucks out and they burn the rubber off their tires, spinning just burning the rubber, not even spinning, but just burning the rubber off their tires.
Right. They do that with the motorcycles out here during the rallies.
Yeah, it's like
You got mommy and daddy's money.
Well, I don't know about the bikers, but the kids definitely. I think that somebody else is paying for them.
I don't know. A lot of these, I don't know. Some of the kids, I shouldn't say a lot of the kids. Most of the kids that I know that are doing this, they spend their own money. They're making their own money.
Right on. Hey, all the more power to them, man. If I was that age and, making kind of money for tires and shit, I'd be putting it away for a future.
Yeah. I don't know. I just think it's so wasteful.
That's just me, though.
What's up, Elisa May?
Me too.
Good to see you, Alyssa.
You too. How you been?
Good. Good.
I don't know what I would bring back from the past.
Toys and cereal boxes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was kind of.
I almost thought you said poison cereal boxes, but then I understood. I was like,
Well, it is poison. Those of you that don't know, I drive down some fucking rabbit holes.
mm-hmm. I don't eat cereal. I haven't bought
Kellogg's
cereal.
Kellogg's Corn Flakes was originally branded and made to slow down masturbation.
What?
Because
Well, yeah, they were told to eat something instead of pulling their pud.
the plain flavor was supposedly thought by the religious guy, whatever his name is,
It would cool the heat of the boil.
that it would stop masturbation.
Well, they do.
Wives' tale.
Well,
No,
Ted
it's
knows what
true.
we're talking about with the old saltpeter, right?
Saltpeter, yeah, that ain't been around in a while.
Well, we don't think. Maybe they've been doing something else with it. They don't get rid of. They never get rid of a substance that they discover.
Well, I don't think it's gotten rid of, but they should definitely put it to use. With some.
That probably won't happen because money is the root of all evil. So they're gonna
Right.
keep poisoning us.
They're gonna keep what?
Poisoning us.
It's actually the love of money is the root of all evil.
Right.
Yeah, same thing.
Well,
The people
Money.
that are producing the stuff that's poisoning us, the foods, he said, bring back foods that don't have GMOs and blah 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 blah.
oh, they always.
Right.
Ain't
We've
gonna
been.
happen.
Well, not just that. It's not even that. Not even the GMOs. we were being fed with, and this is off topic, but the whole thing, every time I hear corn, wheat, and soybeans, all I can think of is feed and like calories, empty calories. Like,
Yeah.
that's been a thing for many years.
Yeah.
Well, like with corn, I mean, there's no actual nutritional value to it.
I mean, all three of
But
those.
yet,
things,
all our food is damn near, full of it in one way or another. And you ever go see the corn rows where they got the GMO signs in front of each row? I mean, we got knee-high corn, last week, and it ain't supposed to be knee-high until the 4th of July.
Right. Well, they tweak it, they tweak it a little
Oh,
bit.
yeah, they tweaked it. They tweaked the hell out of it.
Well, it's
Speaking
just
of
like
tweak the hell.
cows, man. All the hormones and shit that they feed the cow
Mhm.
and chickens. You know what got me thinking though is like recently, like I don't know, about a month ago, I was at Walmart and I was in the meat section and I was looking for like fresh meat that I could cook to feed my cats.
You were
And
trolling for meat at the supermarket. We get it.
I was trolling for meat. And so I'm looking at these different things and I get over the chicken section and they have chicken's feet, right?
Mhm.
But the package wasn't labeled chicken's feet, it was labeled chicken's paws. Yeah, exactly. And I took a
Is that the off-brand or what?
no,
Chicken's paws.
no, chicken paws. It wasn't
It's like,
an off-brand, dude. It was like, it looked like a, kind of like a, I don't know, like a Tyson chicken package, only it wasn't Tyson. And I was like, these have to be coming from China. These have to be coming from fucking China.
I don't know, man. Maybe the South.
No, South, I guarantee you it's out of China because there's like a trade agreement. We're
That's
starting
crazy.
to get Chinese produce. I mean, not Chinese produce, Chinese meat. And so
Chinese
I started thinking about that and thinking about, I wonder where their hamburger and all the meat comes from.
They ain't got no cows.
I don't know what they've got over there.
It brings a new meaning to the
Chicken feet.
term.
But I started thinking about what the hell Walmart is feeding us. Like, what is the
Anchovies. Look at it. It says it right on the back.
You guys know the term.
It says chicken paws. I swear to God.
I know, because I took a picture. I took an actual picture with my phone of it sitting in the meat section, chicken paws, and I went, "What the fuck?
Well, they're not the feet. They're
That
the
has
paws.
to be Chinese. There ain't
That's
nobody
just
that
the
I know
hands.
of
It's not the feet.
European country that's going to call it
What
chicken
it is,
paws."
yeah. You know what else they have there? They've been doing it for a long time before the rest of us. It's called lab grown meat.
Oh yeah.
Oh, God.
It's so gross.
It doesn't mean that it was grown inside a lab. It means it was lab grown meat.
What is that? I don't get that one.
You remember
No,
multicolored
no.
ketchup?
A
Lab,
Labrador, man.
yeah, Labrador.
Gross.
Followed my doggy around for 3 days with a plastic baggie, man.
Cindy, come on up. What are you doing? Come on. Hi, Heather. Hello,
What up?
bro. Billy. He's always got some good
I
ones.
don't know, but it just made me start thinking about the quality of their meat. Like, oh, what in the hell is in their meat?
He
Right.
wants to know what the chicken feet taste
Yeah,
like.
it made me start questioning things.
How do the chicken paws taste?
I didn't
That's what
get
happens when they got mass produced.
You didn't eat them?
hell no, gross. I don't eat
man.
chicken feet.
Oh, Korean dog.
Dog is in.
I
That's
see.
Korean.
My
No,
bad. My
It's not
bad.
just Korean, dude. I remember
Chicken
when
feet are Korean, he says.
No, he says dog is.
Oh,
dog is all kind of cultures, dude. I remember when I was a kid, We used to go down to Juarez all the time. Juarez is a border city just on the other side of El Paso. It's on the Mexican side. And we used to go down there all the time, shopping, taking friends down there and stuff. And one of the things that my parents used to talk about was being iffy about eating meat down there because you didn't know if you were getting dog meat, because they eat dogs down there and cats and probably other stuff too. So it's not just Asian cultures.
Oh yeah, it's real popular in Asia.
Mm-hmm. The Philippines, all of those, Indonesian, all of that.
Yeah.
Well, they have dog farms in China because you see where people are always rescuing dogs out of there. In fact, I want to say that it was the Chow Chow that was bred for food. Maybe that's why they call it Chow Chow.
Oh, the Chow used to be a Asian guard dog, a temple dog,
Yeah,
We had Chow.
owned by royalty.
yeah.
And they were guard dogs.
But I know that they farm dogs over there for food.
What about cats?
That's gross. I couldn't do that. I mean, I could if I was probably starving, but
You'd be surprised what you eat when you're hungry.
yeah, like I said, if I'm starving, it's a different story. But
I tell you what, snake tastes like chicken. So
Yeah.
does gator.
so does what?
Gator.
I've never had gator, but I've had snake.
Frogs taste fishy.
Colleges.
Yeah, frogs
Here-
not too bad.
What if you could go back and tell yourself something? Like, look, we're talking about food at the moment, but it could be open to anything. But if you could go back and just give yourself a message at, say, like age 10, you know, like, but you got to remember, like, do you expect your 10-year-old self to remember some shit like this? You know,
Yeah. Yeah.
man. Like, what would you tell your 10-year-old self that you think that they would believe?
Think with your brain, not with your pants.
It's okay to not be okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because at 10 years old, that was a very tough age for me as a kid. Very, very tough age. It was coming into a teenage years that was, men don't cry, walk it off, suck it up, I'll give you a reason to cry, so that was the 80s, late 80s, early 90s.
70s too.
So, yeah, well, for me, it was late 80s, early 90s, so that's, right then, it was a huge thing for me, and I thought I had to be tough. I had to be that strong guy, that one that didn't show my feelings and everything, and it took until I was probably 23, 24 before I actually showed feeling again. It was,
A lot of men still in there, girl.
yeah.
I probably would not tell myself anything, because one of the things that I've come to realize is that, a lot of these kids that I work with, I tell them, I advise them on things, or, like, they get all torn up over girls and boys and, relationships. And it's like, the person that you're with right now is probably not going to be the person that you're going to be with in 10 years. Things are going to change.
Or a year.
Yeah, or a year, but everything is so in the moment when you're young, and you don't have any context, you don't have any experience, you don't have the foresight, because you don't have context and experience to really understand when somebody tells you something.
I mean, speaking of foresight, I wish I could go back and tell my mom to keep the foreskin. You don't need to do that to me. Come on, little me. Fight back, little guy. Fight back. Don't let them do it. Oh,
You do
you
that
can
with
handle it.
porn.
You can handle it.
that
When you're
nipple.
and you'll be glad you did.
But other than telling myself, I don't know if I would see a lot of these people are saying buy IBM, Apple stock, Bitcoin. That's the butterfly effect. It changes who you are right now.
Yeah.
100%. 100% changes who you are right now.
Oh, yeah.
And I am trying every day to love myself at who I am. It doesn't matter that I am dirt broke, don't have a car, don't have a house, don't have a job, it doesn't matter any of that. I want to love myself at who I am right now. Would all that stuff help? Yeah, it would. But it would change who I am right now.
You don't know if it would help. Yeah, like it might make you
I'm like, if it meant I invested in Bitcoin and my mother died the next day, no,
right?
I'm good. I'm good.
And think about this: if you were able to go back like that and tell yourself anything, you may think that your younger self is hearing the message, and what they might be doing is they're looking at you and they're going, "This is me when I get older." Oh my God, no way! I'm not doing anything this guy says.
Right.
And then they just fall down the same path. That would be a funny movie.
Everybody's got to live and learn, though. You can guide them the way you want, what they're going to do, and learn.
What about the fact that we to your point, Lisa, is we have to live and learn, but people always want to tell you what you should do about something instead of giving you their perspective on what they did. A lot of times they didn't even do it. You ever run into that where someone's like, "Oh well, yeah, you should have done this." Well, yeah, well, what did you do? Oh, I haven't. I've never run into that problem. It's like, well then, don't tell me. We actually infinitely find experience more valuable than research, I guess. I'm not sure what the opposite of experience is. I mean, obviously,
that's where a smart man learns from his own mistakes and a wise man from another's.
Yeah.
Right.
At what age do we decide to actually start taking advice that people's experience may actually help us?
I do wish some child abuse would be able to come back, but only a little bit of child abuse. See,
I think discipline should be brought back into hand at the home.
Okay, that's a better word, Ted. Discipline.
Discipline.
Yeah,
okay. You don't need to smack the shit out of your kid, but you know what? Some discipline,
should be
in order.
My doctor must have been blind.
I don't know. Child abuse is a good word, I guess.
On it.
Well, I don't know.
We need back, but there's a happy medium.
Have some dirt on it, you'll be okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I heard that one. I heard that one a lot.
My dad used to tell me if I'd hurt myself, he'd tell me I had worse than that on my eyeball.
Mm. Yeah. I got hit in the face playing baseball. Huge, swelled up. We'll go to the doctor after the game. You're finishing the game. We don't quit.
Oh man!
And it was welted. My cheekbone was broke and everything. And coach was like, "You might want to take it. We can go after the game. He's not quitting." And this was my uncle that took me to the game.
I remember when I broke my collarbone. I forgot which collarbone it is. Can you guys see this sticking out here?
Yep.
Love you, brother.
Right there. It's it was actually fully broken. Timothy, have a good night, brother.
And that's him.
We'll see you on game night. Timothy is, if he still wants to, is coming back to play against William and whoever else wants to be team captain this Sunday. Cheers, Timothy.
Cheers, Timothy. Good luck, bud.
and I bet you probably 90% of us on here, our parents had the paddle with the holes in it. It whistled when it went through the air.
My dad had a belt.
Yeah, we had the
My mom
paddle.
never disciplined me. My mom, well, she would like send me to my room or something. She sent me to my room. The last time she sent me to my room faced the street. We lived on a cul-de-sac, and I would open the window and I was yelling, help me, this woman's crazy. So after that, she put me in the bathroom. That was bad. I was an ornery little shit. But she never spanked me or anything, but my dad, he spanked my ass twice.
Oh, yeah.
And that's all it took.
Yeah, my dad got me a couple times, and he had one of them old cricket bats with the holes in it from college. So it didn't take but twice.
Shit, my dad would go for his belt. He'd be like this, and I knew the minute he went for his belt, like, that was it.
No, I didn't even put myself in another situation like that.
Yeah.
I think we all came from a generation where the neighbors were able to whoop our ass too.
Oh, yeah, the neighbor, their grandparents.
Yeah.
If you didn't help the neighbor bring in the groceries and shit, and they heard about it, wow, man, you got your ass whooped when you got home.
Yeah.
I mean, you were actually meant to offer to help your friend's parents bring groceries in, or help unload the car or something like that. Take the garbage out.
The good thing then, though, that's what I would bring that back somehow or another. Neighbor camaraderie.
Yep.
Mr. Wilson.
Oh, yeah.
It was like neighbor camaraderie. I would bring that back 100%. Being able to go next door and can I borrow $100? And they hand it to you without even thinking, no questions asked. Can I borrow some food? Can I borrow this? Can I borrow that? Neighbor camaraderie. You didn't have to worry about somebody breaking into your house while you were gone because your neighbor was going to watch it. You don't have to worry about your kids being home alone because the neighbors were right next door.
Right.
That was
you knew where the kids were hanging out, the house that they were at. All the bikes were in front of.
Yep. You knew their parents. You knew. You knew everybody that lived in that house. So definitely, weeping willow branches. That was my aunt. My aunt, she made it. That's what she would get. She would be like, "Nope, you go out there and draw that right now."
Who's your Red Foreman? Dumbass.
So I used to defy my dad so hardcore because there were several of us. I think I can safely remember at least when there were 3 kids in the house, because there were 5 at one point, or more than that. But at least in the house with my father. And what would happen is, like, if nobody would fess up, he would spank us all.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And
if one got it, they all got it.
Yep.
So, but I would just kind of look at him dead cold. You guys have seen that face come out on the show a couple times. Dead ass, just like, not even, no emotion at all, just while he's cranking away, and it's just like, and he would just get more mad. That would be that would make him the most angry, just if he would, if he could not get me to
Shit. I remember getting my ass whooped once just for guilt by association with a group of people.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, you guys had a bad. My dad wasn't around very long, so I only got a couple spanking, and my mom didn't hit me. I was a good girl.
You were a good girl.
She didn't spank me.
You weren't a good girl. You didn't get caught. There's a difference between being good and not getting caught. Did you see that slow motion look? She was looking down and then she looked up with that mouth wide open, like, oh, no.
No, my mom said I was her best
good.
still to this day.
Gator is good, Heather said.
Yes, it is.
I was ornery
Right,
when
watching
I
back.
was little, but I was a pretty good teenager. I was just kind of mouthy when I was a teenager.
The feathers flock together.
I think every teenager is mouthy when they get to a certain age.
I used to, when I was in middle school, and this was, kids didn't talk like this when I was back in my day. But I hated my principal. I hated my principal. That guy was the biggest asshole. He was a cocky little motherfucker. And I couldn't stand him. Still to this day, he makes me cringe. I hate him. And I would walk up to him at least once a week. I would walk by him and I would look at him and I would tell him, I hate your fucking guts, you fucking piece of shit. Oh, and you could just see like the anger rise from his toes and move up his body and come out his head.
Just seething.
Yeah. And he would take me to his office and he would call my mom and tell my mom what I did. And my mom would get permission for him to paddle me. And I would do this thing. He'd tell me, okay, well, you know the drill. And so I had to grab the desk like this and stick my ass out to get paddled. And so what I did was I would go and stick my ass out like that. And I'd say, see you in a couple of days. It gave me
like a TikTok video before TikTok.
I guess, I don't know. It gave me so much pleasure to be shitty to that man because I couldn't stand him. I hated him to this day.
I'm glad you finished that sentence.
Huh?
I'm glad you finished that sentence. You hesitated there after it gave me so much pleasure.
Oh, I
was
did.
like, oh.
You motherfucker. This is worth every little whatever. Just to... But it's funny because I worked with this guy at the school that I work at now. He retired a couple of years ago, but he was 4 years behind me in school. But we went to the same school district, and he hated him too. He goes, "Oh, that guy was a cocksucker." Like, yeah.
Yeah.
He was.
My teacher, it was pretty much done with teacher and students by the time I was getting into school. But my first grade teacher wrapped my fingers with a ruler.
Ooh.
Right up there. I'd fallen asleep, and then she'd come up with that ruler, and she went across my fingers, and oh my God, that was. I remember me screaming. I remember it to this day. I remember screaming. I remember waking up out of a dead sleep. And it, oh my Lord. Yeah. I think I called that lady every word that I knew as a first grader. It was horrible. Horrible.
Leslie says, honestly, I lived in the barn as a kid. Said my family was in the house. I didn't like the house.
Wow.
Brother, I understand, man. I lived in the basement. We had they had built a room for my older brothers. So I got this sort of hand-me-down, handmade room where they had like a lifted floor with like, plywood and 2x4s and all that, and like a plywood wall that was it wasn't a finished basement. It was just a sort of, rigged up finished basement. And my
treehouse in the basement.
Right. My dad used to stomp on the floor upstairs and to get me to go upstairs.
7 seconds.
Yeah, and he wore a fucking hole through the floor.
It didn't matter what you were doing. You got 7 seconds to get up them steps.
Then he wore a hole through the floor, and then eventually the tub started leaking down, and one day it started just raining in my room. And I was just like nailing up plastic frantically. Back then I had a water bed. But I will say this about as far as time goes, we don't have the ability to go back and take, like we already talked about, we wouldn't take those ass whoopings back, those unfair treatments back, because then it kind of helped us shape what we know of today as what in ourselves anyway, whether right or wrong. Within each one of us we have our own compass, and that's what shaped it. But what we can do is we can, like what I did with my son. I still have the discipline. I believe in discipline. I tell him in the store, everybody in here wants me to whoop your butt right now. That's probably not the right thing. I'm just kind of I'm kidding with him, and I'm like, because he's already at that point, he's already at that point. And it's like, look, they will like it. They will watch me do it, and they will like it.
They will watch and they will enjoy it.
But then he will come back with, and he's just funny because it like louder than me, and I'll be like, shh, because he'll be like, no, they do not want to, like, it just kind of just reverse, say whatever the opposite of what I'm saying. And it's funny because, like, yeah, I've had to give him a swat on the butt in public, and I try not to be like around a bunch of people. But he's sometimes, I think that's deserved. But here's where it differs. My dad didn't show me the opposite. I give him hugs all the time. I give him, I don't no kissy on the lips. I don't know. Some adults are weird like that. Mothers want to kiss sons. No, just I'll give him a kiss on the forehead and such. Give him hugs. I give him high fives all the time. I give him the love that maybe I didn't get. It was more of the just discipline, and I think that's what some of us are describing, is that we have grown up with just this crazy discipline, which to an extent can mold a certain, like, look at military discipline. That's different than just like, I used to make fun of like the way that my dad would just sort of like have these, how do I describe it, outlandish reasons for discipline, like, I had this whole like way to talk like him. He was from the South, and he also had like some, I guess he had been in a house fire, and so he had like an issue, like the phalange in his throat was burned from some of the smoke, and so I think those were the issues why he sounded like a big dumb ogre most of the time. And I would just be like, I would talk to my fellow friends, like in my team, my wrestling team. I was a wrestler, right? And I would tell them stories about things, and I would embellish here and there. But sometimes, man, it was for real. Like, oh, you sneezed twice, and you didn't ask permission, or like, you're grounded, or like, you're grounded because you left the toilet seat up, and it's like,
I think we've definitely leaned away from that type.
Yeah, so like that's exactly how you take your lessons and go, okay, this is what. But try not, like, people sometimes they tend to go extreme opposite. They say, well, this is how I was treated. I'm going to be like this crazy rebellious type of, like, whatever the opposite was. I'm going to,
what's up,
or like hurting yourself or things like of such that, where people they think they're going to take it out on their childhood by doing that. And I think we all have a use. We all have a something that we can put our life towards that's bigger than ourselves. And we don't have to dwell on our own pain and our own suffering, our own past, to find something to pour yourself into for the future. So you don't have to be worried about like whatever it is that your shortcomings, as long as you have something. Like, it doesn't even matter if you get to the goal. Just like, for me anyway, it matters that I have a thing,
just be grateful, rather than concerned with overwhelming, what could be or what is, or worry about this, that, or the other.
Totally. Real quick,
I think it's the opposite as you. I think physically hurting them causes emotional damage and emotional detachment and all these other issues.
You think?
Yeah.
Pain has been a universal teacher since humans have existed, right?
Yeah, maybe that's why they still make messed up people.
Touche. I can't give you that. But real quick, guys, before we get this is a good conversation. Actually, you guys, the like button and hit the share and like button, and we'll get you on a wheel. I have it ready to pull right now. I'll wait. I'll give you guys another a couple minutes. If anyone's coming in now, hit the like button, share us out. We'll get you on this wheel for a game night ticket, and then I'm going to do another spin for my locals members. After that,
Cool.
we got 19, 18, 19. So Ted,
Yes.
I am not up to date with everybody's subscription. So if you haven't checked on it, you should. And if you still have a subscription over there,
Oh yeah.
every week I do a post and I pin it at the top, and all you have to do is comment and like, and I give you a number in that post, and then it's
Right.
for the whole week. I don't know if you knew
Okay.
that. You get.
I did hear something about that. I haven't checked my email in some time, so
It wouldn't be in your email. You just have to go over to the
the local page. Okay.
Think of it like a post on Facebook. It's
Yeah.
just a post there, and it explains it at the top, and it's got a picture of my son there doing a cool like pose. And we were at this event the other day. He had a lemonade. These little girls had a lemonade stand blocks away from the event because they knew that people were going to have to park blocks away. So smart, man. It was so smart. And not only did they do that, but secondly, they had to say donations. You can't they couldn't charge a certain amount because that would then be like business charging or whatever. So I forget the terms, businessy terms. I went to college for business. Can you tell? So, whatever the municipal rules are that they'd be breaking, but they had like a couple of adults there, and it was just funny. They were making bank. I gave the little girls $5 for one lemonade and an apple, and that was because it just said donation, and I thought I was I was trying to be generous, and I was like, that if it said 50 cents for a lemonade or whatever, a lot of people would just throw a buck,
Right.
But it just seemed like, anyway, it was genius. I thought it was awesome. I'm going to be showing off that. I did get a picture, actually, Mom. I got Mom and Grandma, I'm not sure, or Aunt or whoever the other lady was. They were both happy they all posed for a cool picture during my review for the Moss Avenue sale. That's going to be probably this coming Tuesday. But yeah, it's really hard.
Phone call, guys. I gotta get out of here. They keep blowing my phone up. So.
I gotta go.
Okay,
Good
night,
let it
Jason.
crumble. Have a good night, guys. We are gonna get the numbers or the likes here in a second. I just wanted to give everybody refreshing. Let's see. Okay, got a few more of that time.
Anyways, before I leave, if I could slow down time, I would stop wrinkles, I would stop gray hair, and I'd be able to live forever for Dylan. Okay, that's it. Peace out.
Slowing down time, yeah. Be awesome.
Slow down time.
Have a good night, Elisa.
Bye.
Good night, Alyssa.
All right, I'm scooping up all the likes right now. If it will
I
work.
think if I were to do like something with time, it would be like spending time with people and things that I love. Like my cat, she's 18, she's starting to get sick. Like it would be related to stuff like that, where I would have more quality time.
So what if you had like a place, like a room, where inside that room time was stopped, and you could put things in that room that just wouldn't age,
Yeah, something, I don't know.
Or
Like I really
My daughter when she was young.
yeah. Like there's certain things in
Yeah, let
life
me know.
that I wish, that you wish could go on forever, Like, I remember in my 20s, there was this 4-pack of me and my friends. We did everything together. There's 2 guys and 2 girls, and we did everything together. Like, we were just really close, and just I miss that.
Up. Did they all wear black leather jackets?
No,
Summer love.
Hey, I resemble that. Hey, karaoke's not till tomorrow night.
We did karaoke today, and I was a little bit primed up, but I didn't get to sing. I didn't have the mics fixed. Now everything's fixed. Check it out.
You know where it's time to go.
does that say pew pew all pedos?
It does.
Pew pew pew.
Okay, can you hear me now? Do I sound louder? Do I look like I'm at a press conference?
You look like a DJ.
For an LGBTQ.
Yeah.
Oh.
I mean, you're running a bunch of lights there.
Ted. Come on, Ted. Here. There you go.
Okay, yeah, change them up a little. Make them all the same.
All silent? What do you mean, Shane? All silence? It's probably my favorite.
Well, you got one change in colors, it looks like. One blue in the middle, one peach or pink on the end. And then blue. Okay,
Yeah,
blue in the middle.
colors. You got blue, you got green, you got like a peach. Yeah.
Okay.
You can't hear me, Shane? Am I quiet? Am I quiet?
Good night, Charlie.
Good night, Charlene.
Good night, Charlene.
We're about
Hi,
to
Sir
do-
Steve-O.
Please, Charlene, real quick before you go. Sir Steve in house, what's up? Let's get you on the spin.
Spin that wheel.
Yeah, like my dad passed away in 2006, and I miss my dad. I don't miss my mom, but I miss my dad.
I would bring my dad back for sure.
Yeah.
Oh,
I miss
Shane.
my sister. My sister was murdered. I
Sorry to hear that.
Thank you.
Wow.
I miss my sister. She lived in Streeter, Illinois. If you know where Streeter is.
Yeah, it's near
Yeah.
me.
And some kid was walking through her neighborhood. He didn't live there. He was high on some kind of like crazy drugs, and he broke into her house, and she had broken her leg, and so she was in a full leg cast. And she got up to see what was going on because she heard something, and he beat her to death with a hammer.
Oh, wow.
And then they didn't know who killed her. Her son, my nephew, lived in Bloomington at the time. So he drove up after she didn't answer the phone for a couple of days. He drove up to see what was going on and found her like that. But
Really?
they didn't know who had killed her. And so it wasn't for a long time, for quite a few years, that this young guy got arrested and put in jail for something. I don't remember. Got put in prison for something. And he was clean from drugs for the first time ever. And he confessed to it because he always felt bad that he had done what he did to her.
Wow.
And how they found her murderer.
Congratulations, Billy Barton.
Billy, are you here?
Billy
You
Barton.
were here the whole time. Did you leave yet?
Big Butt Billy.
I don't want to go like a few just before the spin. Yes, he is here. Well, so, like maybe he just doesn't want to claim the prize. I mean, you can have the prize either way, Billy. It's just you have to come back on game night, and that's all. Actually, I throw you in on game night either way, but hopefully you'll come. I know you come through on game night.
I know I still got a thing to claim with Drizzle Dabs and Fire in the Hole in game night.
I mean, are you sure those are still going to be claimable?
I don't know if they'll still honor them, but yeah.
You got to try to use those fairly quick, just so they can, except for the ones that give you credit, like the Hippie Bucks goes onto your account
Right.
and it is there. Boom, you're not going to lose those. Billy, cheers, brother. What did you win? You won a game night ticket.
Nice.
Which means that you, because you are not a subscriber, you get to play in game night anyway. Not on screen, but I mean, you could come on screen to hang out, but you could play from the comments like we do, where the people get to be on teams.
Teams and win lots of prizes. Worth subscribing for.
I mean, we've given out 18 prizes the last 3 Sundays in a row.
Wow.
$18 prizes. All right, I'm going to put up another wheel. And then Shane was just talking about Bread's Beans coming back here soon. Shane, you just need to come over here to Illinois. Do you have anyone? Oh, you need to hit me up. Just going over. I got an extra room. Alan, Florida hippie dude in the house. What's up, my guy?
What up, Alan?
Bean Dongo gave me the 100 stars. Appreciate it, man.
Right on, right on.
I have no expiration. Okay. So if you have a coupon from him, I'm not sure if it was a prize claim or a coupon that you got from him, because it might have been a little while.
Yeah, it's been a couple months. I've been busy.
Will be sent to me next week. Well, you should just mail yourself in a box on over to Illinois.
Right on.
I'll play, Perry. On
There's
screen.
Shane's east of us, isn't he?
I don't know how to spin it. Oh, I see. I didn't see. Okay, he says, I don't know how. Spin it again. Give it to someone that knows how. What do you mean, Billy? Come on, man.
You just show up, dude.
You don't have to. You don't have to do anything.
You show up and you get all kinds of prizes. Roll the dice.
You don't even have to do any of the rolling of the dice or doing any of the gameplay.
Just show up, Billy.
Bean says he keeps seeing all these testimonials about Tedibles, and I think I might have to get some. Well, it might be cool. It'd be really cool to get Tedibles onto game night. You know, we've got MJ's Baked Goods, we've got Paul Kurt's Nerd Ropes, and we've got. Huh?
I think that would be a wonderful idea. I'm just not shipping during the summer because of the heat.
Yeah.
I found that out twice now, and though it's not the way I sent it out, I prefer that my mind holds shape.
Yeah.
You know, if you leave candy out in the sun or in a hot car or something, it has a tendency to change consistency.
Yeah. You sent me some remember?
Yep, although they are great, you just put them in the freezer and they freeze right back up.
Billy, we can get you help if you want to sign up, but this is for free. This is a free ticket to play without having to sign up. But if you're interested, by all means, I'll help you out. Obviously, let me know.
Waylon walk you through that.
it's getting a little easier. It's hard for me because I see it in a different way. It looks different to me because I can see all these options behind the scenes. But it's fun. Yeah, I think Billy's popped through on game night to for a cold pack and next day shipping. A cold pack. Oh yeah, there you go. He wants a cold pack and next day shipping for your edible.
Being you're in Florida, aren't you?
Yeah, it's gonna have to be like a freaking iceberg with that. The nerd gummy was fucking lit as fuck.
Mine's a gummy. It's an actual gummy.
Okay.
The nerds are just for aesthetic effect. Mine's actually a 500 milligram gummy that you don't taste the distillate of any sort. There's nothing but a fruit flavor and a wallop or a painkiller, sleep aid. Good for anxiety for myself.
What about hard candy, Ted?
I haven't done hard candy.
That might be the way to go in the summer.
This is true. I'm in collaboration with Oklahoma and Missouri about doing something like that.
I'm going to go check the locals update required. Oh, man, there's no update. I mean, hopefully it's good.
Oh, I need to update my payment method, man. I had to get a new card.
It's doable.
I know I'm on there. Took it out yesterday.
I'm dangerously close to 70 people in the community, guys. I'd love to get to that 100 mark, and I could be
right on.
You know, put more and more into it.
How's your giveaway for the RO going?
Oh, I need to mention it more. I didn't mention it last night. Ted, I don't know if you're in on it yet, but I'm giving away a brand new reverse osmosis water filter system that every single person could use. Even if you already have one, you could use it. You know, and that's besides besides everyone who doesn't have one, but anybody out there who has one even could use another one. But most people don't. Huh?
Is it a tank with it as well?
There's no tank. It's just
okay. All right, that's
250. What is it? It was like 260 or something for the whole thing.
Right on.
I have one. They're really nice.
Yeah, I could actually. I'm thinking about running a hose or a tube from mine up to the kitchen so that I have drinking water a little bit more readily available.
That'd be a really cool win.
But what I do
little slushies.
I use it for like cooking because we have really, really hard water. And so like if I boil water or if I cook something in boiling water, it like leaves that mineral deposit all over my pans. So I cook with the reverse osmosis water. I use it in my humidifiers.
Right.
All kinds of stuff like that. I don't drink it though. I drink bottled water. But once I move, so this house that I'm building will have a reverse osmosis system built into it, and it'll have like a water softener as well. But I'm going to start drinking RO water out of my refrigerator. I'm going to quit buying bottled water, but I'll still use my RO system for other things.
All right, we got a light show. We got a light show.
I'm not seeing it.
We got a light show. We got hail coming, all kinds of winds.
Oh, lightning! Yeah,
we had hail. That means there's a tornado around.
Yeah, it's about 19 miles west of me right now.
The hail or the tornado?
Hail and winds. Lightning's just starting overhead now.
What part of Illinois are you in?
Kankakee.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see.
All right, good luck, everybody.
My mom was from Illinois, so she said that anytime there's hail, she said there's a tornado not too far.
Right.
I always remember that.
We had a storm here too, and I'm not hearing it now, but
okay. Let me check the map.
Oh shit, there's a humongous storm.
Yeah, there is.
Woo, doggy.
There's a lot of red. It's dropping temperature here too.
Where are you at, Ted?
Kankakee,
That's
just
south of
south
me.
of Joliet.
Okay, yeah, you're south of me then.
Yeah,
No, you're
it's-
north of me. You're north of me. I'm
Yeah, I'm north of you.
So Steve-O's up there too. Steve-O, you out there listening? We've got
dude, it's,
50 people hanging out right now. Hit that like button if you haven't done so already. We got a lot of people watching from X. You're shouting all over on the X. I appreciate you putting a comment in on the post as well as in the live stream. It's different. It's a little different spot. 21. Speaking of Sir Steve-O,
can you see
number
it?
21.
Number 21.
I'll pull you up.
Yeah.
So that little patch up there is Joliet. Look at that big ass storm.
Wait, so I'm down south where the red is.
Yeah, right by that 57 marker is where I'm at.
Oh, I see. So I'm even further south than that. We caught some of it at least.
That's crazy. That's a big ass storm.
Steve-O is a Super Pro member, which means he has the option of getting like I've been giving everyone cash or swag pack. If he gets cash, that's $25. It's $25.
What was on this map?
Congratulations, Sir Steve-O.
Thanks for tagging him. Thank you, Margaret. Steve-O at number 21.
Now this storm goes all the way down to the top part. What's underneath of you guys?
Iroquois County.
No, I mean what state? Indiana.
Kentucky.
It goes all the way east of us is Indiana. South is Kentucky and Tennessee.
It's going all the way into Indiana right now. It's down. Yeah. The biggest part is west or east of Urbana.
It's just starting a downpour now.
Yeah.
Cool. Hey, at least I won't sleep through this one.
So here's the full map.
Hold on, let me look you. Okay. All right. So that we're getting a thunderstorm tail down there in the bottom. Okay.
That one in the middle is what's hitting me.
Yeah.
I'm 15 miles from the Indiana state border.
That's crazy.
So we're getting the blue and green right now.
Wow, you're right in there. So
you got a basement, right?
Oh, I'm in an 8-story building. 9-story building. I'm on the 8th floor. It's a concrete building, though.
Are you? Wait. So which direction is it moving? Does it say, Kim?
It's moving east and north.
I'd imagine it's moving towards Indiana.
It's heading towards the lake in Indiana.
Yeah, the lake.
By South Bend.
Good night. Good night,
That's
Sandy.
where it's directly headed.
Oh, that's where my ex is from, the South Bend.
Sandy, make sure Gerald knows he's going to play on or one of you guys. I think we're going to play on game night. Let me know. We got at least 3 captains in that case.
That's crazy.
Kasia, what's up? Come up
Hi,
here.
Kasia.
Come up for a little after show dab here after sesh. If you got time with Ted and Kim and myself and anyone else out there that's wants to come up. I got a mic for you if you want to come up. What color would you pick, Ted? The peach, the green, the blue, or the changing color?
I'm partial to the blue that's closest to you. That one, yes.
It's hard to see the different color of these two. They look very similar, don't they?
Yes.
But to me, they look much more blue and green. Like much.
Yeah,
more.
the one closer to you is definitely a bluer.
Yeah.
But I do like the changing color.
think that's the only options. I thought they'd be fun. They also have a mute button, but that doesn't work. Look.
I'd run them all blue and like you got a newscast going.
All the same, you think?
Next, I brought the bed in here for you. Why don't you lay in it? Look.
There you go.
There, all blue. Okay, and now I can say, I'm blue.
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 Blue look good on you.
Hi.
Hi, Keisha.
Hi.
Asia.
Oh, look, Waylon.
Oh, snap. Look at that. You got the certified indoor farmer bean dongo fifth 420.
Right on. Nice.
Yeah, I refound it, so I got to do some stuff to it. Did you see what I did? The reverse tie-dye to the other shirt? One of the other shirts?
I did not.
Yeah, I did it to the one of the fire in the hole shirts.
Reverse tie-dye?
Yeah.
Is it where you just make it solid color? I thought it was funny. Fuck you guys.
Not funny, Waylon.
Whoa. That is definitely not true. It just depends on whether you're laughing with me or at me.
All right.
I wasn't at either one of those. That was not funny.
You have to have a sense of humor, though, Kim.
Oh,
I got her with that
aren't
one.
you just
that one.
Hey, did you speaking of a sense of humor, did you see you probably didn't see it, the video that I did of the chicken?
Uh-huh.
I didn't see that one.
So yesterday when I was shopping with Bubby, we were at Target and they had these like mechanical stuffed chickens from one of the Disney shows. And I always, when I run into those things, I always have to test them to see what they do. And that chicken was funny as hell, dude. So I bought it and I made a video of it.
Is it like it's like a mechanical chicken?
Yeah, it's like one of those stuffed. It's from one of the Disney movies. I think Princess or I don't know, one of the Disney movies. Let me go get it. It's funny.
Is it from? Maybe it's from the Robin Hood movie. Golly Day. You ever seen the Robin Hood movie with the animals?
Yep.
There's like
the animated one.
Yeah, there's a chicken.
Just kidding, can't find
narrator. Oh, what's that?
I said, just kidding, can't find it.
So someone said bleached. At least somebody said bleach.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Yeah, just did sprinkles of bleach and stuff like that around, made different designs. Then the moths got to it. They only chewed the parts that were bleached.
Oh no!
What?
Fucking moths! That's because you didn't. You have to. I heard that you can somehow harvest their balls. So I think it might be something to do with neutering them. You get mothballs out of it. I don't know.
I don't know, but mothballs sting.
It is a crazy chicken.
Let me see. Oh, Kim brought her cock out. Let's see.
I brought my cock out.
Kim's rocking out with the cock out.
Till the second Moana.
Isn't that funny?
Whoa!
I had to get. I was like, I can relate to that.
Yeah, that was it had such emotion to it.
But look at his eyes; he's got like boogly eyes, man.
Yeah, because it's like you're choking him. It's like you're choking your chicken, and he's like, "Oh yeah."
I don't know anything about choking my chicken. He's from the movie. He's from his Princess. I don't know what.
It's from Moana.
Is that Moana?
Yeah.
Moana.
Okay. Well, I had
Make
gotten
way, make way.
like
No,
a couple of years ago.
they're gonna make a new one.
Huh?
They're making a sequel for it.
Yeah,
Oh,
the
are they?
second one.
Yay! Oh, the chickens from the second one.
No, it's from the
No,
first
they're
one.
making
No,
a
from
number
the
2.
first.
Moana number 2.
Gotcha.
So the chicken will come back.
Well,
But
I got
they're making a live action too with Dwayne the Rock Johnson. Live action Moana.
I feel like that would be weird.
Live action Moana. What do you guys think?
I don't like the live action ones as much. They are kind of weird. Like Lion King is like my favorite.
Moana, yeah.
It's my favorite of the animated. I love that movie. I didn't like the live action one as much at all. I thought it was kind of, I don't know. I didn't like it.
How are they making a second one? I mean, I don't know, Shane. Probably pen to paper, penciled out, just like they start drawing and they just don't stop. Crazy chicken lady.
Crazy chicken.
Wasn't her grandma? Yeah, well, I mean, a lot of people have chickens now. I'm just about to run out of the chickens, the eggs that I got fresh from our friend Ryan from Pub Time Podcast.
Chicken poo is good fertilizer.
Yeah, it is.
It is.
It's what I use to re-amend my soil.
It's what you what?
I use dried chicken droppings for re-amending my soil.
Oh.
He dries them in his oven.
No. I buy it by the 5-pound bag. 5 pounds for 200 pounds or 200 gallons of soil.
Oh shit, Ted! I could give you 5 pounds of my shit dried out for that.
Somehow I don't think that would be
Mailable.
If where you go with it?
I mean, it would be. You just need extra packaging.
Right.
I could probably make it.
Put a couple of scent bags in there. Spray it down with a couple of cans of Lysol.
No need. I'll just come there and bring it fresh.
That's how you get.
All right.
Did you know that?
No cold packs.
What?
No cold bag.
What, Kim?
That's how you get typhoid.
Right.
It's how you get a lot of diseases, I feel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Typhoid is a major one.
Trade you edibles for 100% chicken poop.
Right, Leslie.
All right, I got a bowl packed. Asia, what are you doing? What do you got going on? You got something to smoke right now, or?
I got plenty of cat turds.
Oh,
yeah, what's that?
This is the hybrid.
Spaceball came through my head.
That looks like something from outer space.
It has the dab piece here to that mouthpiece, and then it's got the flower piece.
Oh, cool.
That is this.
Well, that's right.
Oh, it's a dab rig and a bong.
Yes.
Yeah, they call it a dong.
And it keeps it separate, which is nice.
Cool.
To be like, am I in the mood for a dab? And am I in the mood for a bong hit? I don't know. How about both?
It's a smong. No, that's not right. It's
How about a dong?
I said dong, but like brig. It could be a brig. A bong rig. Rig.
It's da bong.
It could
I
be
mean, dong would work, but I mean, really, if you tried to market it that way, like it'd be really tough to get people to your site because they'd always end up somewhere else.
Rig's already used.
The dong this, dong that. I can't remember what it is. The wrong.
I think that's why they call it the hybrid. I feel like they
call it the old two
any other
holes.
name.
The old holes.
The old double up.
The old. It's actually got 3 holes, so it's the old 3-hole. Triple hole. Most of us have 2 holes. This one has 3.
Man,
Either a
did you
dong
see that
or a
video
boy.
of Nancy smoking from that giant pipe?
Oh,
Yeah, It's making my pipe feel inferior over here.
That thing was like that long. I was like, shoot.
Occasion?
I'm casting bed now. I have many worm beds.
What?
I just got a little bit.
What?
Aegis pipe was that long?
No,
Yeah, right.
Nancy's. She's at the.
Oh, the Gandalf?
She was. Where was she? She was at a cup at the Denver Cup, I think. And she had a pipe like this, about this long, that she was smoking
Them
out of.
steamrollers are really
Whoa,
big.
it was
Yeah.
like that big. It was huge.
Oh,
You
wow.
pop it like that.
Yeah.
Boop, boop.
It's too big if you ask me.
The last steamroller I bought was in high school.
High school.
High school, yeah.
Look, though, Ted, do you agree or disagree that, would you take back the smoking that young? Since we now know that the brain does not stop developing until 25. Like, as many people know, this is an adult show. This is a late night entertainment with a little bit of, actual serious information and learning.
I learned how to cope with a lot of things, smoking weed, from an early age. So,
You smoke cigarettes too, though?
yeah, I didn't start inhaling till I was 7, though, on cigarettes.
Oh, well, until you were 7. Goodness. I mean, you waited forever then, didn't you?
But, no, it was
terrible. Cigarettes?
There was a group of us that ran around and we smoked cigarettes and rode bikes, and we didn't see our parents till nighttime or first thing in the morning.
Well, that's the only thing that I don't want the future generations to think that as we legalize it, that we just want it to be prevalent. It's just like, I think it should still be like anything else. You come about it with more of like a...
Right. I would say that, as far as an age, for buying recreational or medical cannabis, 18.
Yeah.
I think that's a fair assessment. If you're going to be able to serve your country at the age of 17, by all means, you should be acting like an adult, treated like an adult. Drinking isn't even allowed till 21. But then again, there's quite a few more problems from alcohol.
Oh, I agree. I was listening to a doctor, and I've heard multiple doctors compare it to alcohol, compare weed to alcohol so many times. And it's it just infuriates me. It's like, really, one of those two things literally kills people. The other one makes you sleepy and eat snacks and giggle a little bit more, maybe, than you might have from this bleak world otherwise. Anyway, we're getting down a rabbit hole there. I do want to see, you have did you just do a dab already, Kasia? I didn't see it.
I'm waiting for it to cool down.
Okay, well, maybe I have time here to then...
Just loaded one up.
Yeah, and then we can get going. A wonderful discussion. We've definitely went off the rails again, but not in a intense, angry way this time, at least. And
so whaling.
Everyone had their shirt on, right, Kim? We had a good
yep.
time with
that dude last week was something else.
He's intense. He's intense with his beliefs. I'm like, man, like, I get it, but you're not going to win a lot of people over with that kind of a...
Nope. I can tell you that I stopped listening to him about 2 seconds after he opened his mouth. I was like, okay, dude, whatever. I just sat here and went into Kim's world.
All right, I'm heating up now. You don't wait for me if you're ready for it, or if you're just ready. I hate to make you waste the heat there.
Yeah, I don't. I gotta do it now.
Do it. Do it. Do it. Cheers.
I'm doing it.
Good. Share.
I will said also do adult medical intake device. This device I do here is using the water to help filter and cool said vapors. The vapors are much healthier and smoother to intake the medicines than, say, a doobie or, say, a bong hit.
Leaving a carbon footprint.
Cheers.
Leaving a carbon footprint.
Cheers.
The bong hit, leaving a carbon footprint. Cheers.
I don't think so. It's filtered through water.
Steve-O, congratulations, man.
Congrats, Steve-O.
We got you
Certified.
21, and we thought at the time that he got 21 that was lucky, and boom, he won.
'21 was an interesting year.
Have you guys started getting that weird sickness that's going around? The like
Bird
summer
flu?
cold?
Nope.
Already
Is that
got it.
anywhere over there?
I had it about a month ago, 2 months ago.
We get like a seasonal, allergies, sicknesses here and there.
But it's like a lot of people around here, so maybe it's just in my area right now, but I'm not sure if it's gotten other places already.
No, Steve-O, you won the number wheel. You get your choice, but being a super pro
They're saying
member,
that there's a
get some cash.
summer COVID going around that's more like that presents more like allergies.
Allergy.
Yeah.
I got my Benadryl right here.
I thought mine was allergies.
No. Anytime I get sick now, I freaking go get a COVID test because that shit goes right to my lungs, and I have damaged lungs as it is, so I have to be careful.
Yeah, I'm glad when I tested it wasn't COVID, but like I just woke up one morning, all of this was swollen, and then
God.
progressively the next 3 days, like I'm on day 3 right now, and I'm okay, but I couldn't talk the first day because everything was just swollen.
Mm.
Wow, yeah, I
They
can.
put you
I
in
thought
that
it was
bronchial
allergies this time.
steroid.
Yeah,
I
if you're
think it's
swollen
really
like that, that's probably your lymph nodes, which means that you're fighting something more than just like
Viral.
yeah, it's like usually if your lymph nodes get swollen and sore like that, it's pretty serious stuff. It's a pretty serious attack of something.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna get a soda real quick.
All right, we'll wrap it up
soda
when you
pop?
come back there, Toad.
Do you call it soda or do you call it pop? Or
Soda.
Soda, pop, and Coke is what.
What kind of Coke do you want? I mean, I don't know, Sprite. Okay.
Yeah. Because I grew up in New Mexico and they call it Coke here. Like it could be Pepsi, it could be Sprite, whatever. They still call it Coke.
So are they talking about the other Coke
My
though?
mom was from Illinois. And I can't remember what do you guys call it in Illinois? Is it soda or pop?
I drink soda, but it's Pepsi if you want to be correct.
I don't know. There's like
Try not to drink any of that, but I do still sometimes, once in a while. When I'm at a restaurant,
I don't drink soda pop at all. See, I call it soda pop.
got to be extra about it. Okay.
I do.
Soda pop.
Lollipop, lollipop. Oh, la la la. Okay, I'm done. All right, guys, let's get out of here. It's been an enlightening episode once again. People,
Illuminating.
what'd you say?
Illuminating.
Illuminating, yes, quite illuminating.
Oh my God, my grandson yesterday, Bubby, we're sitting there in this restaurant, right? And it's kind of like it's like a sports bar restaurant. And there's like all of these TVs all over the place. And they've got, some of them are sports. They've got like one that's got animals, and then they've got another channel that's got like music videos. And so we're sitting there eating, and this song comes on by Jason Mraz. Do you guys know who that is?
I love Jason Mraz.
Well, there's a song that he sings about dancing. I don't remember the name of it, but it's got dancing in the title. And Bubby goes, I know this song. I listen to it all the time. And he starts singing it, right? And you have to understand that this child is he's introverted. So he starts singing the song, and then he's sitting there in his seat dancing. And I said, are you dancing? And he goes, yeah. And he got down from the booth. We're sitting in the booth. He gets down from the booth, and he's standing in the aisle in the middle of the restaurant dancing. It's cute.
Oh, too cute.
And I tried really hard to get on my phone before he stopped it, but it was super cute. It was funny.
Hey, music can move you, man. That's why I try to incorporate it whenever I can.
Yeah.
It's yeah, that's awesome. Well, Kim, thanks again. Once again. Ted, Kasia, thanks for popping in.
Pleasure.
Thanks
for having me.
Yeah, we had to try to keep it light tonight. We might have to hit something heavy here soon again. We'll try to keep it going back and forth, as you know we do here on People in the Boxes. Thanks everybody for hanging out. Hit that like button if you haven't. Share us out, and make sure that you go get in on the giveaway for the RO system. Kasia, I don't know if you know about this. It's free for anyone, whether you are a subscriber or not. If you are a subscriber, you get additional spots for varying things, for level of subscription and for how long you've been with me. So go check it out. It's pinned at the top of my page, and I think I have it pinned at the top of my profile both. But if you find it, you have to pay attention whether you're. What's that?
I think I have it pinned as well.
Okay. Yeah, everyone can get in on it. I mean, please share it out. It's much better than me giving money out to Facebook. It's a way for me to help, raise some engagement and some visibility for myself versus giving the money to the old foos book. So let's go. Have a good weekend, guys. We'll see you all on Sunday for game night.
Okay.
Wow.
you with your phones over there. Good night, everybody.
Good night, guys.